Happy Friday, everybody. Y'all are doing such a great job in your learning this week. I'm so impressed. So today's lesson is all going to be about setting and our mental images. I wondered, can y'all think about anything that you know about setting already? All right, let's look. So setting is where and when something takes place, where the book story takes place. So where does the story happen? Is your story happening in space? Maybe it's happening at your house. Maybe in a castle or in a forest, or maybe on a train. Setting the where is what place is it happening in? And then our when. When is the story taking place? Is it happening at nighttime? Maybe in the day. Maybe it's happening at school time. What month is it happening, or season? What time of day or what time of year is the story happening? Both of these, where and when, help us determine setting. But I want you to ask yourself, why is the setting important to the story? How is it important? Why do we care about the setting? Think about in our book, Picture Day Perfection, that we've been reading this week. Why did we have to know where the setting was? Why do we have to know that it was happening at school? Could a picture day possibly happen somewhere else? Yeah. But the picture day for that student and for that little boy was so important because it was at school. The author wanted us, he gave us all these details about the school because he wanted you to know how important it was. Now, in the book, you also know that the setting at the very beginning, it started at home. Remember, we recalled from the syrupy pancakes? That happened at home. He was digging through his clothes in the hamper. That happened at home. But the setting changed a little bit later in the day because then he went to school. When the author gives us details, he's creating these pictures for us. He's allowing us to see in his head all of these things he's doing. He's giving us those small little tidbits of information, those details, to help us create mental images. When we create mental images, we make pictures in our mind to help you remember what you read. Boys and girls, I could have just read you a story, and you would have had to picture these things in your head, these little details. If I gave you a scenario about an ooey gooey chocolate brownie, do you know where it's taking place? No, but I could give you more details to help you figure it out. But can you create a mental picture about that ooey gooey chocolate brownie? Yeah, we use our 5 senses when we're talking about our mental images. We have our sight. We have our ears to hear what we're listening to. We have our touch with our fingers and our toes. We have our smell. And then we have our taste. Our pictures are just our clues, are what we see. The sounds, what we hear. We could say for that chocolate brownie, we heard kids laughing at him because he was eating it all over the place. What it tastes like, oh my gosh, can you imagine what that ooey gooey chocolate brownie is gonna taste like? Oh, what it smells like. Oh my gosh, I bet it smells delicious. Those pictures are what we see, remember? Can you imagine that ooey gooey chocolate brownie with chocolate just coming out of our hand, like coming out of our mouth, and it's covering our hands? All of these words from the text, they help us create a picture inside of our head. Today's lesson is all about creating those mental images so we can figure out the setting and maybe the characters in our story. All right, y'all are gonna do fantastic today in the lesson. I know you can do it. All right, good luck.